Good afternoon and welcome back to the stream. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm doing quite well myself today. As you can see, I've made a couple of changes. We now have a chatting screen, I suppose. I thought I would go through yesterday and today and rework a couple of things, change up a little bit what my screens look like, what the streaming screen looks like as well, and I think it's quite good. I still need to make a few changes to it, and I want to get a proper chat box at some point. But I'm happy with the background loop for the moment. I still need to figure out what I'm doing with my camera. I've tried moving it around a bit. It's now kind of in the middle of my two screens, but even then, I still find myself looking off the edge of the screen a bunch. I might just need to switch around which monitor is on the left and which one is on the right. It's so hard to check whether I'm looking in the direction that I think I am, because obviously I need to look in one direction to see the screen, but in another to look away from the screen and actually be facing that direction. That aside, we don't have much use for a just chatting screen at the moment, so let me switch over to the game screen. Let me turn off the background music. I'm like on the volume here. I also want to figure out how to switch over, or how to change the audio sources, because Streamlabs has a capture audio separately option, but it's in beta apparently. And I don't want to get the audio from the desktop, I want to get audio from an application specifically, and I'm not quite sure yet how best to go about that. But for now, back to the gnomes. We've just finished a war. I think we're coring stuff. Yeah, we're coring all this territory over here that we took from Laurent and Garwed. We do have more claims now on Laurent and Beepek. Could go straight forward. How are we doing coalition-wise? Lots of people upset, but doesn't really matter. Truce with these guys until 71. Until 71 as well. I think it's about time that we make a move against Western. Yeah. Either attacking over here. I mean, I don't really want anything from them on this end. Yeah, we border them a little over here, but Western's part of the Empire and Vern is Emperor, but they don't like him. Just under 1,000,000 troops. We've got a fair bit over. It should be a pretty straightforward attack, especially if our allies join in. Will they join if I declare over here? They will, huh? Bring Wineport and Vusler in there? Yeah, rather than sitting around and waiting for a coalition to form and then fade again, we're barely edging back into the positive as far as manpower is concerned. Well, let's not completely overdo it, but we do want to be moving towards declaring war again. We're not going to be converting anything. We have to wait a little while still to harmonize again. We can take some more of these guys down. Still no claim on the actual leader themselves because they're kind of ensconced in the middle here. But everyone over here answers to them, yeah, so they should all get pulled into the war. Oh no, they're gonna refuse. West Tipney will join. Well, once I've taken these guys down, I should border them, unless this river... I'm pretty sure one of the rivers up here was impassable. Maybe I want to declare on these guys instead and be absolutely certain that I can go and get the main guy. Yeah, these guys have barely any troops, so let's just send the colonies in. Devastation. Got 10 more power for less devastation. We've got plenty of the stuff. Not as much as before, since our guy isn't as 666 yet, but he's making his way towards that. Leader. Do we need more innovativeness? I'm pretty sure we're capped, yeah. Local unrest, local development cost. They gain 10 influence and they're currently in a negative, or they lose loyalty. I'd like them to keep their loyalty. Just pour souls in. Okay, everyone's actually in the war this time, unlike whatever nonsense was happening before, so we can hopefully annex this entire region. Rebels rising up, and they're actually my rebels. Now, as I say that, we finish wars, and yeah, these are all ticking down. Another treasure fleet comes in, good, good, good. Conquering all this new land will hopefully go some ways towards alleviating our manpower issues that we've been having, despite having built oh so very many barracks and such. Cannot remove it while at war. We only own a tiny little bit of Empire land. Not that it really matters, their Imperial authority is completely in the tank anyway. We'll see how long even what they've currently got going on still lasts, considering the Rebellion Centers of Reformation are still hard at work over here. Yeah, we even have a Rebellion province now. Okay. This is economic hegemon, isn't it? Yeah, no, we want military hegemon. Keep the same guy, level him up. Our public tradition is still good. We're currently at a bit under 500,000 manpower, and it requires a 4 million to become mil hegemon. Probably take quantity ideas next. The next tech will give us an idea group, though I don't know. Oh, we keep dipping above and below the required income amount, so the pop-up keeps coming back. Already unconditionally surrendering? This quick? Oh yeah, you have all been all occupied. A vassal lesser partner can't sign a PBT. Okay. We need to piece you out separately. I probably don't actually want to annex them themselves, because then I'll get the rest of these idiots as vassals, and that would not be what I want. I don't want to have to waste time integrating anyone, you know. Believe that Averin are the war leader. Hang on, who's Averin? These guys are Averin. Okay. Not this. This. Down here. There we go. And the next war will be the last one. Okay, just gotta wait for that to tick over. More money's come in. We once again have inflation. Not even sure how that keeps happening. It's not like I'm taking loans or anything. National unrest, production efficiency. Sure, a little less unrest is always useful. Let's get rid of this. I don't like it. Go in here again. You are occupied by them. That's not right. All needs to go to me so it gets split up correctly. Okay, now we take all this. And it ended the war. Okay. I suppose I could have seen that coming. I pieced out the Overlord so I can't be at war with the subject anymore. I thought it was worth trying. It did show them as a separate war participant, but whatever. Hierarchy Lower-yin. Yeah, that's all them, that's them. Kind of difficult to tell what's going where with everyone being the same shades of pink. We can upgrade some more trade centers, that's excellent. We can upgrade forts as well. Okay, let that go for a minute. In the meantime, let's see. All these. Oh, is that it? Is there a fort in Lilroy? Lilroy. No, there is not. This is just a little bit cheaper. Okay, that's all the forts then, I guess. Ken, having such a small country, so unusual for me. Nothing to spend all these piles and piles of money on. Because we've already bought all the good and worthwhile stuff. Like, these manufactories, are they really worth having? I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Get these as well while we're at it. Yeah, I mean, more university doesn't hurt. Got a few great projects, but they're all in my subjects land. I don't really care. Don't need to spend my money to make them that much stronger. Sure, just pepper the place of universities. This will, I think, be the first ever game where I managed to put universities in every single one of my province. I've never done that before, I've never had reason to do that before. But local dev cost is pretty good. By playing a high deving game, then this would be an incredible position to be in. Ventures wanted... Oh, what was I looking at? Oh right, universities. They are a requirement for spawning enlightenment, right? Manufacturer's been discovered. The capital, interstate, printing press global, trade, dev, as a university. Google has a whatever skill of at least 5. Okay, so we don't increase our odds by having more by having more universities. The one in the capital is the only one that matters. Well, we might still get lucky. Are we doing force limit wise? We have another 47 force limit. A couple more provinces. Maybe another war with Laurent and we'll have enough force limit to spawn another 70,000 artificer stack. Speaking of the artificers. Another invention complete. The next one to be done. Same-steel reactor mega cannon. Mill power. I don't believe that's the only one we've got left. Yeah, remedial tinctures. Creeless what? Creeless cryo device. Pathway transmutation, that's what we're researching now. And then there's still the cultural, religious, and special. Karashi drills, I'm pretty sure we need to be over in Hallis to even unlock those. Oh god, the command is finished off the rest of this node. They're fielding only slightly more troops than us at the moment. Only slightly more. I don't know how strong the command's military modifiers are. I know they get some. Somewhere. Hobgoblin Stratocracy. Manpower modifier. And maintenance. Absolutism, Monarch military skill. Okay, but that's not that fancy. Post-war room. Land leader shock. Obedience, discipline, max absolutism. Okay, they've taken quality, defensive, and offensive ideas, alright. But those are all bonuses that I can get as well. What about monuments? There are a bunch down here. That's not active. This is, but that's not military bonuses. Well, I can't go look through all of these and see what military bonuses they get. Let's see if I can get a few more myself. But I think I need to eat a lot of the Empire for that to happen. Which I will. I mean, Garwood is pretty much a non-factor anymore. Laurent also. Western needs a little bit of kicking down. Bird needs a little kicking down. Arboren. Aranan is still big. Kovoria fielding less troops than I would have expected. Rafna is pretty small. So are these guys. Everfill, I want to attack anyway. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the level of power compared to the rest of them that we can just start destroying the entire empire in one go. At that point, our opponents cease to be the biggest obstacle, and instead the issue becomes dealing with all those rebels. Now then, I shall want to be declaring on these guys. Aranan and Jimwaji are going to join if I declare here. If I declare over here, then Wineport, Busela, and Brahma. Busela is pretty big, Wineport. Yeah, I think declaring over here is better for us. It doesn't matter too much what the actual war goal is, the entire place will have to be occupied anyway. Bring in you, bring in you, bring in you, which is complete overkill. You will be calling in Napespay, Redglades. I could co-religion net Redglades. I don't think I want any of their land for my missions yet. I've only got claims down to here. But at this point I can more or less start ignoring the implications of aggressive expansion. Urlair will be in as well. Napespay, Estrian, Exodus, and the Revellion State. Yeah, these guys don't stand a chance. Let's destroy them. Oh, did you not accept? Did you refuse the call? No, you're still allied with Western. Are you just taking a moment to accept? Someone is willing to join. Aranan is willing to join. Nice. I guess they weren't before because this is a very distant war for them, but once we're in the war and they see that Western is the actual opponent because they've taken over for their subject, then suddenly they're willing to join. Alright, do we have access to go through here? No. We could go by sea. I don't want to recall my fleet from the Ruined Sea, so I'll give this a moment to see whether my allies manage to obtain naval supremacy. I wouldn't bet on it. Yeah, this is looking rather poor for them. 100,000 stack here, now a 40,000 over that direction. Ah, there we go, now they've accepted. Get in there. Move the whole army down, and then we can piece them out quickly and then bring everyone down south here. We do have a little bit of Western land to the west. They're kind of messy. I'm not sure what Western's actually done here. I can't quite remember what the starting situation looks like, but I'm pretty sure these messy bits of land are Lawrence's various subjects at the beginning of the game. Maybe Western managed to acquire one of those during a war. This merchant can go somewhere. Actually, it should be up here, shouldn't it? It really doesn't matter at this point. We're making so much money anyway. Everything else is just icing on the cake. It does make me wish I was playing a religion like Sunny, where I can propagate religion through trade power. One of my favorite mechanics. It's also why I picked a Sinning Nation the one time I did try to do a world conquest. I didn't end up getting anywhere close to a 1 faith, but it was still good. I prefer to play a conversion game rather than a harmony game, even when I was playing the Mughals with their cultural assimilation mechanics. Okay, this is progressing quickly. Is this folk gonna unoccupy this? No. Never quite sure with fort mechanics what they are and aren't gonna do. Fairly certain that an adjacent fort in someone else's land won't unsiege your stuff, but fairly is not totally. Transport. Why do I need transports? I've got mill access to them. This has control over here, and here. This has control here and here. At least with 2 forts, they've managed to cut us off from this entire stretch. Can I get down to here? No. We don't have access through BPEC? We do, but this fort is keeping us in. Ah! In a moment one of these will fall and then there we go. Then we can get past. You head here. You kill them. Where is the rest of this army gone? This is 35k. And there were like 100,000 sitting around down here. Suspicious. Hiding somewhere. I keep getting notifications that someone has occupied something. Oh, the rebellions are up here, I see. My colonies are absolutely crushing it over in the New World. I don't have to worry about that. Ryoland Temple. As a rebellion state as historical friend. Chain will change to Temple of Heavenly Matrimony. Add that to the long list of countries I want to look at some point to see if I want to play them. 96 development. When I was zooming in slowly, I noticed the amount of buildings on this one tile. I wanted to take a closer look. 96 dev AI province. Local development cost plus 1,269%. Nice. This is absurd. How are the other dwarves doing? I'm pretty sure there's another one somewhere on this end. Culture map mode. Click on these guys. They are over here. Got the surface hold, 53 dev. What about actually in the Serpent Spine? 72, that's a lot. You guys are orcs? Yeah. 4 dev, 107 dev. 3 dev, 3 dev. Black Orc War Camp. I didn't even know that was a mechanic, and this hold is ruined. Ah. 27, that's a little bit more reasonable. 39, yeah. 68. I think the AI is doing better than I do when I play the dwarves. I don't think my def gets this high even at this point in the game. Man, I'm gonna step up my game. Not putting sufficient effort into deving. Want another siege here. Let's progress down there. Don't need any of that. Are there any more provinces I can put a good training field? Yeah, a couple. Okay. We'll just keep going like this. Let's help support them. And let's go here, I guess? No, don't go all the way around. Okay, you can go unsiege that. And you can come around here and attack the Rebellion state. Who wants out? Ualair. Yeah, unsurprising, you're almost full occupied. I didn't even co-belligerent them, so can I take them anyway? 66%, they're too big. Shame. Can you get here? Yeah, by traveling the entire way around. Just sit in that province then. Okay. Red Glade's also wants out. You, I did co-belligerent and you're 97%, so can I full annex you? Yes, I can. Everybody is upset about it, but I'm honestly past the point of caring. Let's hold off a little bit to get the rest of that admin, because this is 121% overextension. I don't want to have to be dealing with tons and tons of rebels while I'm actively fighting a war. Iranin is struggling over here, unfortunately. This 1k stack really doesn't justify a 70,000 army being brought all the way north, but I'd much rather just keep the stack together and not have to bother splitting it up and microing it. We can take a technology, get better cannons, shock, fire, combat width. Conscription center. Okay, let's take this one. And what is our combat width up to right now? 36. It's a lot. My stacks are 30 and 10, so we're really only barely managing to stay above the requirement for combat width. That's not ideal. I might have to look into increasing the stack size even further, which is kind of bad considering how much we are losing to attrition already because of how ridiculously we're overstacking units. Come help attack that. You kill this last guy up here. Oh. And then you can add down there. Okay. Exos has been unoccupied. Good. You've just finished that siege and are now going there, so we really don't need the other guy to come down. Big step. That's not a fort. Okay, you can get to Exos. Take care of that. Summon the siege in your provinces. What are you doing over here? Why are you suddenly stuck? Oh, because you came from up there, which means you're now behind this thing's zone of control, and I assume stuck. Yeah, you came in here and can't go out there because of this fort. Okay, you take care of them. Doesn't matter who it is as long as someone does it. We can separate piece these guys. They cannot be annexed in one go. I'd rather just save myself the admin and the AE. Give me all of your trade. Any treaties I don't want you to have? Lines of Guard. Maybe I take one of their provinces, and that way they'll be small enough to take even as a non-coalition next time, I think. Currently, their total worth is 66%. Yeah. So, take one of these provinces, 27, so halved, that would normally be like 14%, which brings 66 down to 52. That's not quite enough. Damn. I take 2 provinces off of you. Will definitely be enough, but our AE will get so out of control. If we're already taking that much, then we may as well full commit and give me everything except their capital. Alright, reduce this, core that. Okay, we're going all in. Which does mean we want to be... Ah, yeah, here comes all this. Coalition is forming. Do I declare on Laurent now quickly before the coalition grows to full size and keep them in their own separate containable war? Wineport and Iran will join. Yeah, I'd rather attack them now like this than have to deal with the coalition that includes Laurent. You've gotten black flagged somehow? Okay, you've got that. You can head straight down here and start attacking back. Yeah, military coalition against us, lots and lots of people. As long as none of them declare, I don't care whether they're in a coalition with us. Right, you've won that battle. That's sieging down Laurentish land. Yeah, get the war goal. You're still stuck here because of that. You can attack here. More people in the coalition. Okay, let's see. We're in a way worse position now, admin point wise, than before. Why is this now 101? Base, development, capital, local trade power from buildings, size of regulates, flexible negotiation, admin efficiency. Oh, admin efficiency's got lowered by overextension, hasn't it? No, over gov capacity. What? How? Build me a couple more of these. State houses. Okay. To admit, that's a little bit of a shock. I really did not think there was any way that I would end up hitting gov capacity when we're playing so relatively small and conservative. From tech base value, government rank, multiplied by 20% for fully admin. We're only 8 over, so those buildings finishing should bring us back to an acceptable amount. But that's kind of bad. I can't even start spending reform progress on it because I still need to take one more thing. Max absolutism we don't need, right? 99. Because we don't have full religious unity. So I would like a little max absolutism, but it's not necessary. Admin free policy, re-election cost, and expand administration cost, random candidate. But where is the... Where there's supposed to be one up here that gives you a gov capacity bonus? Okay. I guess maybe it's just for monarchies, the I am the state reform. Damn. Okay. Genuine problem we'll have to solve. Let me take a sip. Okay. Let them in. For some reason they're devoting efforts to sieging down my provinces up here. Wow. Kill them. Rebels and my subjects. Yeah, worrisome, worrisome. More and more people in the coalition. The coalition could, of course, actually, despite my expectations, end up firing. And if it does, then it will be an absolute pain to deal with. But I don't expect so. I would be surprised. Just have to make sure that I don't let this war impact my total troop count too much, because we do, of course, lose gross amounts of troops to attrition. How long until those courthouses are built? Where are they? Courthouse, 226 days. Ugh. Finish quicker. I was playing Total War Warhammer recently, and I have to say, for a number of reasons, the Dark Elves are my favorite faction, but one of those reasons definitely has to be the ability to just instantly finish your buildings. The ability to just spiral out of control as Dark Elves is ridiculous, because you can make yourself so strong so quickly, and every bit of strength you have snowballs directly into more strength in a very kind of easy to take advantage of way. Okay, that's that. Something is definitely wrong with this camera here. I'm looking directly forward here, and I can see myself leaning slightly left in the stream preview. I need to change where it's sitting again after stream. I didn't have this issue before because I was facing the other direction, but I changed some settings to make it so that when I, like, my models left for hand tracking that I use in my videos is the same as the left for where I turn my head. And since then, obviously, the direction that I look on stream has been reversed. So before, it didn't matter that I was turning way too far to the side, because I was turning towards the middle of the screen. But now I turn away towards the edge of the screen, and that looks weird. A problem I will have to solve. Okay, we can take the regulates now. Go for it. Don't need to drag this war out longer than it needs to. For what we can. We'll take the war goal against them. Now then, all this stuff. Please transfer the occupation to me. Oh, damn it, I clicked on the wasteland. I remember there was a mod I was playing with. I can't remember which one it was. I think it might have been something in the Toho Universalis mod that gave you a diplomatic option when interacting with a country that just let you immediately transfer all occupations to yourself or give all your occupations to them, which is so useful. Added to the long list of things that I'm curious whether they'll stay the same or be changed in EU5. I haven't watched a video yet, but I saw earlier that Zloic has posted a video titled that there's now landless countries in EU5. No idea how that is supposed to work. I'm very much looking forward to watching the video later to find out about it, because that's kind of ridiculous. That will enable some truly fascinating things. There's something close, I think, in Toho Universalis where you can play as this nation led by Koichi Komeiji where you only have one province, and when you conquer stuff, you don't actually conquer it, you just kind of steal dev for yourself. Which is quite interesting to kind of, and you can move around to simulate her wandering the world without actually forming a proper nation. But this will make that kind of thing way easier to implement if you can actually have landless countries. But still, I'll need to watch the video and see what they actually mean by that in practice. Alright. Let's sort by war score. There should be a bit more land up here. No, I don't want to give anything to anybody else. Let it all go to myself. Okay, there's some provinces up there. Alright. Now we just need to force them into surrendering. Which we should be close to. We've got most of their stuff here occupied. And kill off a few armies and whatever they've got left. What do they have left? They still have 100,000 dudes running around somewhere. God only knows where. I think I've never used it since they changed the option, but I'm gonna turn on slacking recruiting standards. We do regain army professionalism passively, 0.3, which is doesn't compare to -5 per year, but it's close. It's not close. It's enough. It's passive and constant, so it doesn't really matter whether it compares. It will just tick back up anyway, without me having to invest anything in it. So it's essentially free. The only cost is time. Okay. Some worrisome, yeah. Where else do I need to occupy? We've got one province here I need to grab. This on the island we can't really get to though. All this on this side. We do have some stacks over here. You're at least working on Wex. Still a couple of rebellions running around up here. The rebellions are 74%. They're not all occupied, I guess. Hang on, what land do you possibly still hold? This down here is a rebellion state province. Okay, so once that's occupied. Shorten their training, yearly army tradition, reinforced speed. I hate that about reinforced speed, but we don't want to lose even more professionalism than we already are. Can you go directly down there? Yeah. A little dangerous to be getting that close to all these troops over here. Oh yeah, they're moving to engage. I don't want to tangle with that with such a small army and no manpower remaining. I'd hoped we could crush the Westermish efforts a little quicker than this and then fully focus on Laurent immediately. But it is taking a little bit longer to piece Westham out. Maybe I be a little bit less greedy. Oh, what is happening up here? I see some of this got unoccupied and has been retaken. Give these occupations to me. I want this land. Go. Okay, we'll abandon. Yeah, random islands. Do not need. This random island here. Not interested. I do want this stuff and this stuff over here. I do want that stuff. More random island. Don't need. And then up here, leave some of the inland stuff. What on earth are these provinces called? This? Nope. This? No, that's over here as well. This? Nope. No. They have slightly different names to the other stuff, but I can't remember what was. Ah, there we go. There's one. There's another. I guess I have to abandon the coast as well. Yep, there we go. We have a war, peace deal. And take 2,100. Worth around 25 war score, is it? Probably not. But well, worth all that war score, you would let me. Ah, there's a fort over there that's preventing me. That's what the issue is. I should have read the tooltip. I assumed it was just too much war score, but no. In that case, give me back the random islands. Yeah, this one. This down here. These out here. Yep, give that all to me. Okay. And over on a continent, do I be super greedy and grab this as well? Maybe. Yeah, ditch the island down here again. I don't want to have to actually bother keeping that from rebelling. In fact, now that I say that, I don't want to have to bother sending people to keep any of this from rebelling. There we go. Good peace deal. Absolutely huge AE. Ah, that all goes to them. Beautiful. Still unsure what the assignment of provinces is here. I'm going to assume New Codoran took this province and this wasn't given to them because it's actually supposed to be there. Subjects are disloyal. Decrease tariffs. And have you start off. Cool. And now we can call my allies into this war instead. Lovely. Anyone black flagged? No. That's good. You're doing something, you're all occupying, you're still on these. Yeah, everyone is contributing. Gain 1 war exhaustion, lose 70,000 manpower. I don't have any manpower to lose, my friend. Oh, I'm also going off the side of the screen once again. There we go. Tradition. More nonsense. BPEC is an enemy in this war, right? Yeah. Let's go start occupying them. Take care of a fort up here. Now, how much do I want from Lawrence? I have claims on this stuff up here. I have claims on land from BPEC as well. I should have included them as a co-belligerent. All this, this, this. That looks good. Somehow we're managing to get even more people into the coalition. Ibervar was not in yet, huh? Really? For some reason they don't care when everyone else around them is super, super mad. Interesting. Okay. Convert provinces, we don't want to. 220% overextension is not so bad. Even like 300% is still barely sustainable. It's not great, but you can manage. Alright, and I want BPEC land as well. How much of it? This section in the middle here. Can I take it all? One province short. This is why you gotta pay attention and make sure to co-belligerent people properly. Because they wouldn't have brought anyone irritating into the war. Oh no, they were already part of the coalition, so actually they would have brought lots of people into the war. Okay, unfortunate. But we also couldn't fully annex Ualair, so it doesn't matter that much. You can always go and do another war. 1v right here. I probably don't want a separate piece, Wex or anyone else. What are you doing? You're on this island already. Occupy the damn province. Here. Let me give you some encouragement. So if they get off the island without occupying it, we don't have the naval ability to go and take it instead. We've won the siege of this place. That is 100,000 and another 80k troops over there. Let's back off for a moment. Wait until another siege around here finishes and then we can bring more stacks into the mix. Oh, we've got to be kidding. Wineport is... Okay, no, pull our troops back. We need to let Wineport get separate pieced. Yeah, I was gonna go down here and do something about these guys, but that is one of the provinces I want. So Wineport has to lose its occupation. And it's way more achievable to have them separate piece than it is to lure Laurent up here, have them unsiege this without getting attacked by any of my allies, and then re-siege it for ourselves. In fact, I'm going to sit my guys on some provinces that can handle the force limit and recover a little while we wait for all of this to fall. I was so ready to help you, my friend, and then you just had to be annoying. This is not yours, this is mine. Who's disloyal? You. Decrease tariffs. Don't need the money. We have one each over here. Good, keep going. Get some more cores in. I build another manpower building, I can. Courthouses, yes. We are at or over? Yeah, we're over gov capacity. Ooh. Little I can do about it. Ruby Hold is in this war as well, isn't it? Yeah. I dread to think how long occupying that hold is going to take. Sit yourself here. Great complaint. Or Kugeldir opinion of me increases. Kugeldir is relatively strong. How's their AE? 73. Sure, a bit of opinion won't hurt with them. And now we have rebels on top of everything else. Please go kill those. We now control this. Go sit on that fort, it's going to take a while. We have won this siege. Up here. Anyone in the far north? No. With this much overextension, it's basically not worth it to look in here and try to prevent any uprisings. They're gonna happen one way or another. And we'll just have to deal with them as they come. We now control the province. Okay, sit back over here. A shame that they're unsieging this, but I'd rather them unsiege this than not siege the stuff down here. This is why taking islands is such a pain. Well, maybe one of the colonies will go and deal with it for me. I wouldn't hold my breath, but it's not impossible. You're just sitting there, but that's okay. You're sieging that. You've conveniently just killed the rebel stack here. I think I'm gonna bring them back to like here or wherever can hit us, can house a 70,000 stack, and then enable automatic rebel suppression. Where's like centrally located? I guess here. No, here. There we go. We have lost that as expected. More rebels popping up. Hit these ones here, hit those ones. Oh, I can't add onto their path. Hit them here and then come back to that spot. Insufficient troops. My god, how much do I need on here? 25 regiments required to siege Rubyhold. Kind of insane. Alright, suppress rebels everywhere. You're not actually trying to stop any of them from spawning. You are just going to kill them when they do. I do believe the area you assign an army stack to impacts how effective they are at suppressing rebels, so a larger army assigned to a smaller area will reduce unrest by a lot more than a small army assigned to a large area, which makes sense. You can't always assume that a system in a game will function on actual logic, but it does make sense. I remember seeing a fairly interesting video about that actually, where someone was like introducing someone who didn't really play games to video games, and seeing their reaction to certain bits of information, like how they got confused by some bits that would be really obvious to people who do play games, but then talked about why, and it made a lot of sense. Like, for example, you know, shooting some barrels makes them blow up. Obvious if you're used to kind of the video game language and video game communication of, you know, these things and these colors mean that this happens, so red barrels obviously explode. But you can't assume that really if you're not used to video games, because for example, jumping into water could just kill you in most games. You're not guaranteed to be able to swim, so if you're not used to video games and to video game logic, you can't really figure out what is and isn't within the scope of possibility, which I thought was quite fascinating. Because yeah, it does make sense. Like, why would you assume that an explosive barrel will go up in flames when shot, which isn't even necessarily the case in real life? So even more so, why would you assume that would be the case in a video game where jumping into shallow water kills you? Well, the colonies are getting uppity because I've got lower troop counts. Why import? What is it going to take for you to separate peace, my dude? You are so screwed. They're on the verge of full occupying you. Get out of my war. Okay, let's get these guys over here. I want to be attacking with large army. This army down here is Rubyhold and BPEG, so I don't want to separate piece BPEG yet. Not until they finish that. Okay, you've engaged, so I will join you. I need my transport fleet to bring these guys over here. Unfortunately. Okay, go occupy some stuff. Spent enough time sitting around safely. Our troop count has gotten a little lower, but the coalition is not firing, so I'm pretty sure we're safe in that regard. Come on, Mineport, mine is 87%. I'm not about to help you. Your last few troops are gonna get killed off over here. Come on. Placate. Placate. Decrease tariffs. Decrease tariffs. I need them all to stop. Yep, give me some more prestige. Good, I'll use it for placating. Alright, you can dock. Okay, excellent. Kill Vipon's army. Wipe them out. Wipe them out and separate piece them, please. I am encouraging you to put an end to this leg of the war. Bring them back up here. Oh. Don't think you win that. Don't think there's any allied chips around either. No. Yeah. Get yourself back into port. We now control the province. Oh, is that it? Yes, good, excellent. Okay, now we can start bringing all this to a close. We'll take this from PPEC. And how much Laurentius land do we want to take? And do we separate piece anyone else? Like that? Let's not get uber greedy. In fact, could I? No, I can't take the war now if I just go back to this. Okay, Ambencost. Where is Ambencost actually? The free city somewhere in the middle of that mess. Okay, Wex would be perfectly willing to separate peace at this point. I want all your money. I want war reps. Pillage capital. I want your trade power. Transfer. Anything else? Pillage the capital. No treaties with Laurent. How far off are you from saying yes? Oh, just the one. Alright, no treaties with Laurent, yep. Two semi-strong nations, so good if I can separate them. Wineport broke their alliance with us, but that's irrelevant. Because who honestly cares about what Wineport is up to? Anmancost, Rubyhold, and Laurent remain. Let's change that. Actually, let's bring you across here. Yeah, they've joined in the coalition, unsurprising. If you take this instead of transferring the occupation to me, I'm going to, like, declare. I don't think I can while we're in a war together. Break the alliance first, declare war on a country you're at war with. I'll find a way anyway. I'll maneuver myself into a war with you somehow. Okay, good. Hammerhome has joined the coalition. Do I even attempt to take this? Total war score of all Rubyhold provinces is 61%. This is a 91 death province. Can't take any of it because I don't border them. Huh. Okay. I might go for that then, take some of those once we border them. Let's bring the fleet back up here. Bavaria has joined the coalition. Rubyhold wants to peace out. I want Rubyhold to stay in and then get the maximum truce timer when I peace Laurent out. Okay, we've got one army over here just standing there. And they can't get across because of these free Laurentian ships. Go ahead and claim it. We get a claim on this. But they will demand that we go to war at their pace, which I don't want to. Oh, our allied fleet have come through. Long enough for me to cross? Maybe. Get you up here. Get you down there. And you've made it across. Excellent. Bring them up here. As nice as it is to just go around sieging everything, we do need to fight a couple battles to bring this whole thing to a close. Get this. Ooh. We're not managing to keep up with our manpower losses anyway, so I'd rather just turn that off at this point. Must be banned immediately, or really by example, not decree. Banned. Okay. War is going. I mean, realistically, there's no chance that we actually lose this. Look at the troop differences. It's just a matter of how much do we hemorrhage along the way. And the answer is likely going to be hundreds of thousands. Right, we've won that siege. Let's full occupy them. Got that. You two can attack them, and then we can go attack them. We're losing stability and all those other lovely things that happen when you're at high overextension. Oh, I forgot to check the hotkeys after the last stream. For some reason it's still escape and not V to deselect an army. I'm 99% sure that it was V before and not escape. I wouldn't keep going for the button based off muscle memory if that weren't the case. Okay, let's start easing off how many troops we have deployed down here. Because there's only the cleanup left to do really at this point. So let's let our allies in the war bleed the last of their manpower instead of bleeding our own. We'll just get a couple of occupations because we've got pretty decent siege modifiers. We're mostly done on the coring here. The stuff we want to take from Laurent is gonna cost us pretty heftily. And of course there's that colossal coalition forming. Maybe I switch some of my artificer inventions back to the improved relations ones. It's starting to look pretty bad. I don't particularly actually want you to walk all the way down here when there's armies there. I'm gonna let them deal with it first, but then I'll expand the rebel suppression area. I don't have to think about it later. That's really most of what the automation in this game is for. It's not so much that it's a more effective way of doing it, it's just that it lets you not have to put active thought into stuff. That can just be background tasks like rebel suppression. You know? If you had to go and select and send your army after every single rebel in every single province, that would be a huge amount of work. And of course rebel suppression can stop rebels from spawning as well. But really, if you're going on a proper conquest binge, then it's never going to be enough to fully stop the rebels. Not with how much overextension you get and how much unrest that overextension causes. I mean, we're getting plus 7.41 national unrest from this. Also losing minus 74% improved relations, which really hurts when trying to deal with a coalition. Okay, are you willing to give in yet? And do you own any overseas land? You've got like one province here. Let's not faff around with this nonsense. Yeah. Okay, 81 and we need 96. We're close. Admin cost still lies completely untouched over here. I'll go send these guys to attack admin cost if no one else is moving for it. Yeah, they don't seem to have a fleet protecting it either. Oh, hang on. Rebels are close to enforcing their demands. Westernmirian Leech and Separatists. Is that these guys? No, Nichmer Separatists. Oh yeah, there we go. Westernmirian Leech then. Get the boys, send them over here. That's what we keep a separate transport fleet around for. A looming disaster, how long until we actually get this? 72, that is ticking quickly, okay. Unrest lower than 1, stability 3, less than 50, absolutism is not the age of Witch Kings. Maybe I have to let some of my cores finish before I can peace out Laurent? But Laurent's about to be full occupied. Heck. Alright, we'll wait and see how long it takes until we get call for peace. Get that. Separatists have risen up, but they're over here, so who cares? You would take this. I need to turn the after battle pop-up pause this game option on again. Yeah, this one. Pop up and pause. I want to be able to check in on what's happening with fights. You're just sitting there taking attrition for no good reason. So please come back. Ah, damn it, call for peace. Okay, taking all of that overextension is going to mean that getting below 0 unrest is going to be pretty much impossible. We can maybe buy down war exhaustion a little. Oh, there we go, actually. Problem solved. Draw. Iran has separate peace or white peace. Shame on you. Hey, yeah. Now, maybe we do nab this after all? No. No, the land over here in Ambana is more valuable. Does Ibavar still join if I don't take that last province? Yeah. In that case, let's go all in. It's all mine. Mission fulfilled. Liberate the Redfords. We gain more permanent claims. Oh, they're also already completed. Permanent claim on West Ruby Mountains. Permanent claim on Eatery Mountains. Subjugation CB on Rubyhold. This CB will last for -1 month. That's either an error or -1 month means that it will be permanent. Unite Viswal's center of trade in Ron Viswal Norris Wall is increased by 1. Modification CB. It expires never. Jason CB on Ruby. Where are they? Everfull Persis, Western, Lauren, BPEC. Callisto Boo. Van Vertes. Everfull Pestle. I don't see him on the list. Ruby Holt's flag is a ruby. No, it's just not on there. Heads of Revolt, hopefully not mine. Separatist Sentiment. Okay, this has been probably sufficiently repaired, so let's bring you guys up here? No. Yeah, where can hold a 70,000 stack? Up in the capital area. Aranan has broken their alliance with us. Those pigs. Arrest him. Let's placate, support loyalists. Support loyalists. Yeah, turn that on for everyone. There we go, you're back loyal again. Okay, well, Aranan breaking the alliance is kind of bad. We do want large nations to act as buffers against a coalition. Hammerholm, Local Cosenand, Eliam, Sariand, Ekdir. Okay, Verkal Cosenand. You can take Aranan's spot. We've got one more relationship slot open. I guess, do we take the other dwarf? That could drag us into war against a command or against Callisto Boo, which I really don't want to do. Okay, Erlium and Sariand are both about equally big. Erlium is closer to us and seems to have more manpower, so you get the last slot. Right, advisor. I've got a little bit of inflation again. I think we get some inflation from each peace deal where we take money. I normally don't pay attention to it because I've normally got something reducing inflation over time besides the advisor. But now it's actually affecting us. Or some more. Spend on buildings. Ah, we can get town halls. Not yet. Soon. Get all the courthouses first. Get universities where we can. Why not? We have all the production buildings. Couple of these. No manufactory slots open. No castles to be upgraded. No training fields to be built. Alright, we'll need to wait for all that new land to be caught and stuff. You're still taking attrition, are you? Because you're on a ship. Let's expand the rebel suppression area to include the rest of that. Excellent. In particular, alright, you've seized land. The truce with them is almost over next month. Chronic Addition, Mechanist Influence, or 50 admin power. Cannot be losing admin power right now, what are you talking about? We need to gain admin power. There we go. We are getting besieged. Oh, from these guys. Sure. We'll need to look into increasing the size of our stacks as well. Because we're only fielding about 40,000 front lines, and our combat width is now 36? Yeah, our combat width is 36. Which means as soon as our stacks take any casualties, which they do simply by existing in the wrong province, we are no longer operating at combat with. I might need to look into actually putting in the effort to properly split up stacks into smaller ones and then maneuvering with them. Why is that all occupied by hierarchy particularists? And have you just been teleporting your way across various provinces? This is the quickest route? I guess it makes sense, yeah. Busy building a courthouse. Oh, whoops. Luckily those have a pretty short build time. Okay, so how bad does it actually look? Pretty bad, all things considered. That is like the entirety of the Canal, both west and east. And bits of Garudia. Yeah, so all of Kano and Garudia. Garudia is part of the Kano continent, actually. This is continent Sahel. Yeah, so the entire Kano continent is pretty much in a coalition against us. With the exception of, like, the deep woods, everyone else is rather upset with our wrongdoings, and they're not declaring. Is the important bit, really. We have an absolutely colossal coalition, and it's not triggering. We're not getting attacked. Which basically means we've won. We can engage with them on our own terms, we can even attack into this coalition if we really want to. And we will win. So at this point, what's really left to do in this campaign? Finish a couple more missions, and then call it a day. Right, we've got... What do we need to do over here? We need Ruby Hold under our control, which also gives us artillery combat ability, which is super strong. This is already done, we just need to click it. We get heavy ship combat ability and ship durability, and permanently increase our static artifice capacity. Then over here, we need 300 Diplo power. Here we need that one province from BPEC. And then that is entirely done. And then in the colonial side of things, we need to finish off Corrinsfield. And that's pretty much it. Yeah, Corrinsfield and these idiots. Ibmas. Power Sun. And then we get global trade power plus 20%. Oh, I missed the truce expiring once again. And now these guys are in the coalition. I think the pop-up is not set to pause anymore after I moved to the new computer and everything was reset and I had to redo all of my hotkeys and stuff. The pop-up is not set to pause automatically anymore. We now control the province. Okay, good, you've made it up here. Sorry, I was distracted for a second there because there was a smudge on my glasses and I had to wipe them off quickly. It is super irritating because I'm sitting facing the window, so any smudge is really, really visible. Whole province to make it into a core, and is currently building a courthouse. Or rather, is currently probably not building a courthouse because we don't control it. Not that we have enough admin anyway. Okay, so we're still 200% overextended. which is manageable. Control the province, get this one, and yeah, this one over here as well. We could use these as a staging ground to attack against Callisto Vu. Get us these trade nodes. Oh, but there's nothing in here. It's 4, 8, 12, 13, 15 ducats here, 30 ducats there, another 30, another 50. Oh, there's so little down here. Why are you financing yourself? Because you must have a lot of money to build an army like that. Then the Great Command for their army. I'm surprised there's no possible rivals for the command. Unless they just can't see me yet. I don't know what their vision range is, but at this point everyone should be able to see everyone. I guess I still don't have vision on this stuff over here, so it is possible that the command just can't see me and that's why they can't rival me. Who are you attacking? These guys who are allied with Nolo and Nefama. This cool. Nolo. Oh, it doesn't matter. Keeping you around anyway. Okay, these guys. And you need our help. Why? Against their 100,000, 200,000 troops? Yeah, the three of them together can just about match you on your own. What are you calling on my help for? You brought Elisna into this? Hang on, how many people are involved in this war? Eberthil is involved, Nordjurith, Nurtef, all the colonies, myself. Absolute overkill. Are you trying to salt the earth on these guys? What is the point? Okay. And we are once again taking towards Court and Country. This disaster should just give up, it's not going to happen. Alright, we've unsieged all this nonsense. Do I own any other random island anywhere that might be getting pulled in? Doesn't look like it. I think we've got everything under control now. Except for, obviously, the people currently actively rebelling back on the mainland. Keep coring. Let me just take a sip. Kind of annoying. I put some chapstick on right before the stream because my lips are a little bit dry, but then drinking immediately washes it off again. I should just buy better chapstick because what I've got is kind of really cheap stuff. But it's not in the slightest water resistant. But I don't know where you'd even go to buy high quality chapstick, you know? It's kind of a thing you pick up in a pound store. Okay. The U got reduced down to only 10k troops out of 70. We're gonna need how much to replenish? Only 50,000 troops to fully replenish ourselves. We are making almost 4,000 a month at this point, which is close to double what we were making beforehand. Acquiring new provinces has really, really helped. What the young candidate gives us loyalty, then they lose influence. Or they gain influence, it really doesn't matter. 68%. Would be nice to seize land again at some point. We don't have enough, we don't have enough, but none of these are building anything that's preventing us. Okay, let's shift focus a little. Diplomacy, we have one guy attending to the subjects, the other one's all dealing with outraged countries, of which there are a great many. What just finished? 300 Diplo power to integrate the halflings, gives max promoted cultures plus 3. Oh, I'll take that. 60 Diplo power to promote them, but we only have 8, and 60... Oh, Redfoot and Bluefoot halfling are now 17 and 15% of our population. Definitely worth integrating. Okay. More rebel uprisings. You're already next to this, and the other army is all the way up in the north, so why don't you take care of that? Corvoria, 79. Oh, even people all the way over here have over 100 AE with us. That's pretty grim. Upper declared war of Garwed. Yeah, some of these people will take care of themselves as they get annexed in wars, but I think this coalition might not collapse on of its own accord. We're losing 2.1 AE yearly, a number which will improve as we finish coring the last of this, because we are still eating the 70% improved relations penalty. But even when it goes to 3-ish per year, we're looking at 10 years to get this one down to just 100. Yeah, we're gonna have to just scale up, get quantity ideas, and then dismantle this coalition by force. Alright, let's cryo device. Actually, how are we doing on the journalism? I'm down to 88%. Who can go? You're not any good. I should really count the pips properly, but it's so much easier just to eyeball it. Alright, which army doesn't have a guy now? You don't. Take him. The rebels are no longer rising up in my own lands, only in the subjects. You all want mill access? No, you're all in the coalition against me. Whatever issue not giving you mill access might cause, suffer it. But they're in war against Garwood, so I don't think they're actually going to suffer at all. I think the Rebellion state with its, like, 4 provinces is almost fielding an army as big as that of Garwood, which is very embarrassing for them. We have reinforced our armies fully. There we go, 420,000. Combat width of 36. So let's now start looking into putting another 10k or so onto each of these stacks, so that they're not immediately below full front line when they engage in any sort of fight. It's gonna make it that much harder to find anywhere to station them. I could start splitting up the stacks, keeping them around in 2 stacks of 40, or do the sensible thing and separate a proper artillery stack to follow around the main stack. So much work though. It's a lot easier to just build up a colossal manpower pool and then hemorrhage dudes like there's no tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total stacks. Yeah, let's just wait until they're 60,000 and then put another 10k onto each of these. Our truce with Sorn costs Darwood, Dame's Crown, Great Mark, Baron. No one that I want to be attacking. I don't think we get any more claims of Darwood. Yeah, we just need like this one province down here. And Rubyhold. And to get to Rubyhold we need either to go through Laurent or to go through Bpec. So since we need Bpec's province anyway, that's what we'll go for. They just so happen to be allied to Laurent, so yeah. Guarantee an excess. Ah, and that will bring Vern because they're in the Empire. Carrying on them will bring Vern in as a co-belligerent, and that calls in the entire coalition. With their 4.3 million total men available. Oof. Okay. So no, we declare on Laurent, you are allied with Bpec, we take a couple Laurentish provinces, we take the one province of Bpec, then we subjugate Rubyhold, because I don't want to take the Dwarf hold from them, I want to let them manage this, they've done a great job of it. Yeah, and then we're pretty much done. Why have you not upgraded this? With this much dev, it can't be that you don't have the money. Damaged hold, I assume that's my fault? Wonder Ornatorium. This is a wonder and once built cannot be replicated, is built via advanced infrastructure. Has there been an update to the dwarves that I don't know anything about? Because I don't recall anything about wonders from advanced infrastructure. Huh. James Crown has entered a coalition. Oh yeah, all the people we just got. That the truce just ended with. Akdumva is declaring on Arakar. The orcs over here. So it's already 1675, so it's a bit late, but we might see a Dwarven Empire form. Actually, can they get enough holds? No, they'd have to go through Circle Consonant to get enough holds to form the Empire, which they can't do because they're allied with me and they simply don't win that war. There's 80,000 of them, they simply do not win that war. Miltech, got a Diplotech, but only 300. Oh, I think this might be the first time in a long time where we're behind on the text. Oh, allows advanced CBs next. We get Imperialism. Might go on a little Imperialism spree and see how much of Canor we can take in combat before we explode into rebels. The Knight of Fire is nigh. Yeah, contact the local advisors. Oh, are you done over here? That handful of province doesn't seem entirely worth the effort, but sure. We are not going to seize land. We're not getting the max bonus anymore. But I will have rebels if I seize now. Then we also have a stack of rebels suppressing, and they're only like tiny ones. There we go. All benefits. We're at max absolutism as well, so we're all set on that front. A regular revolt? Where have you risen up? Or was that in one of my vassals? Yeah, I don't see anything getting sieged down up here, so that must have been one of these guys. Speaking of these guys, how was the truce with them looking? Until 78, 3 years still. You're in a coalition, you're in a coalition. You I could attack, and that would bring EMS in. But non-co-belligerent, they're way too big for me to annex them, and I need all of this land for my missions. How upset are you, by the way? Minus 340, minus 330. because I've taken so much land from them directly. Okay, so maybe I do have to take steps to actually make this coalition collapse if I intend to finish the mission. It's either that or I declare on them directly. I don't know that I actually end up winning that fight. 4.4 million troops is just a lot. Even with might 1.7 plus allies. 2.1, we'd be less than half of their troops. Loads of my combat power is the colonies who struggle to ship over here. It's uncertain. At the very least, I'm going to want to have, I think, quantity ideas first. And I'm going to want to have a full manpower pool. But before that, let's start adding those extra 10k onto each of these. And just as I'm about to hit the button, I realize these are artificer regiments. That's like the whole thing I'm doing. So I need to hire these guys through the build menu. And also they can be drilling while we're not doing anything else. Artificers 180 out of 360, so we still have plenty of capacity remaining. It's control click for 10. 10 here, 10 here, 10 here. Here. Here and here. And then once we have another 80,000 manpower saved up, I'll make the next stack. Okay, so we've got a little period of laying low for now, I suppose. We will want to invest more money into full coring all of this land, but we don't have a huge amount of gov capacity remaining, and I need to take the next admin tech so I can get the next idea group as well. We'll hold off for the moment. I have more money than God once again. So let us invest. That needs tech. The courthouses, get me the universities. Of course, this is all building in the new provinces where there's actually slots available. So I'll need to come make another round once everything is built. More training fields, we can't. I build some of the high-level trade buildings, but only a couple. They're just not very good, to be honest. Only rarely do they give strong bonuses, and even then, that little extra trade power doesn't make a huge world of difference. No, we don't want to. We want to move everyone towards you. Okay, that's an 80k stack. Few of you. Addressing ideas. Lose loyalty, gain loyalty. You guys on here will have to sort out how much is actually meant to go onto each one. Bring all of you in. 72, 4, 6, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Missed the number in between. And then the rest of you over onto here. Okay, 84 is a couple too many. I do wish... Actually, I should check. Before I say I do wish, I should check whether I can. Can I put... No, I can't put special units into the army template, which would make this entire thing so much easier. 81 is one too many. Head on over there. You guys also head on over here. Group you up. Give you a supply depot. Group them up. Group them up. We can't build a supply depot. There must be an 80 stack holding capable province somewhere. There is, but it's just not in my lands. Neither is that. Okay. We have lots of mill points. Let's def this a few times. And that's all it takes. You guys, hi depot. Harvard has entered the military coalition against us. It will not suffice. Also, Garwood, you barely exist anymore. You have 2,000 troops. What exactly are you hoping to contribute to a coalition, But then I guess that's not the point of the coalition. The point is that they are weak, and they hope that with all of them together, even while weak, they can stand up against me. A foolish hope. We're getting 2.9 AE per year. Too slow to dissolve this coalition in anything less than decades. Though at least a couple members, like Corvoria, will be leaving by then. Yo, hiccups. Let me take a drink. Max is still under truce. They'll no doubt join the coalition as well once they can. I might have to declare on Laurent actually when they come off the truce, just to keep them out. I declared on them in the first place to prevent them joining the coalition after I took land away from Westham. Okay, Corvoria, you're at more than 50... There we go. More than 50 opinions, so they should leave. Well, everyone else is negative like 100 plus. It's simply too much, even with gifts or whatever. These guys. We can probably get to leave. Ah, and tech. We get town halls, and we get a new idea group. Oh, the next tech has admin efficiency, very nice. And dev cost. Okay. Quantity ideas. Do I want to save up for another mill tech first? We are 10 years ahead of time. We get flanking, shock, tactics. It's a good tech, I'll admit. It's a good tech. But I'm already so militarily strong. I think I'm better off just getting the increased numbers. Make a lot of states, but we don't have the admin for any of that really. 47, so hopefully at the year take, yeah, total yearly change of opinion plus 3.2. No, plus 0.2 because a inflation's just ticking down. It just took a moment to update. Alright, let's make all of these states. And then we can find out how much it will cost to core them all afterwards. I'm pretty sure I have some lands overseas, but I don't want to put into states. Yeah, like this. No? Ah? This is not a trade company? I guess this is a New World province that's part of a colonial nation? Oh, whatever. This is definitely something I want to state, so it's this. Not that. Oh, these two are the only ones left. Okay, who holds the rest of this island? Drakesguard. A colony under Vern. The Emperor. With a few people left, I can... Well, I wouldn't go so far as to say put up a fight against me, but at least hold my attention while I'm crushing them. And of course they're in a coalition, so I really can't do anything about them right now. Core as much of that as possible. We've got the manpower, so let's get more artificer regiments. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. 1 of these, and 1, 2, 3 of these. Puts me to 560 out of 585. Okay. 560 out of 585 is 25 left. It shouldn't be that long until we can field another stack on top of this. Our manpower maximum is now 642,000. So with quantity ideas, yeah, we're gonna have more men than God. I think with full quantity ideas and a 33% land force limit modifier, we might actually be able to beat the 5 million men coalition. It will still be a grueling fight, and I'll have to put a little more effort into it, pay a bit more attention to how I maneuver the stacks and all of that. But it's genuinely within the realm of possibility. Recruit time stability, take that. Pegasus has entered into a coalition against us. Who is Pegasus? Oh, these guys, damn it. This truce expired. And this will call... The enemy Isahar Pegasus will join this war on behalf of the defender, but will not be able to call their own allies. Are you absolutely certain of that? Let me save. Let me save, because I don't trust that for a second. Oh, but it's looking to be true. I don't want any of you to prepare for war. You're definitely not needed. We've got this handled. Buying guns. Offerings 50 admin for unrest or 50 military for unrest. I don't want to spend either of those right now, but I think military is more easy to stomach than admin. Maybe I should also just go for this, because it will at least, even if I can't take all of their land, it will at least get me the truce of them and get them out of the coalition, and then I can go in on them again afterwards. Surprised Corrinsfield hasn't allied with Everness. Yeah, you know what? The guys are already mobilized. Do it. Oh, and now I have to re-drill the guys. Is there some way I can turn off the undrilled units when declaring war? That may be a setting in here. I know you can control automatically raise maintenance. This enabled your army and fleet maintenance will automatically be raised, and your forts will be activated when you enter a war. Any drilling armies will also stop drilling. Okay. I wish I could control these separately. I kind of want all forts to auto-raise, just in case there's any disabled. But I don't want my armies to stop drilling. Okay, anything else I can build? Yes, more training fields, get me all of them. No manufactories. And town halls in every province, since we can upgrade these. Oh, I wish I had an auto clicker. I have to kind of lean around my microphone right now so I can hold the mouse with 2 hands and click through this. Come on, how many provinces do we have? It can't be that many. There's the last of them. Ooh, good. And obviously we can't build anything else because every province is currently occupied. Cryoless cryo device. Good. Research, let us fund. Prefabricated city constructors, dev cost. We are close to the end now, yeah? All the tier 1. All but one of the tier 2, all the tier 3. We're getting the cultural One for... We're getting the culture one and the cultural tab. Then there's the religion one or power cost. And then there's Karashidol. So 1, 2, 3, 4 remaining. And one of these I'm pretty sure I can't actually get if I'm not over in Alice. Get me a improved relations guy. I think that's the most valuable thing we can have right now. There's a make improved relations. Ah, by Tyler Laurentish, I can't actually level him up. Oh, which reminds me, we can accept these cultures. We should, because there's a lot of them. We'll probably need to accept High Laurentish, won't we, actually? Low Laurentish. It's this, High Laurentish. Can't yet, need 20 dev in a thingy. This will bring us over our GAF capacity. It shouldn't with all of the courthouses that we're building. High Laurentish, there we go. There'll be a lot more of this as we conquer southwards. But maybe we take Low Laurentish too, because there's plenty of that. Yeah, that seems good. I mean, obviously we won't be able to take every culture fully under our control. I do wonder what the most amount of promoted cultures you can get outside of the Mughal government that lets you integrate all of them. Million. Whatever. Oh, and you're not fully leveled up. Because in Ambernar, the Jad Empire gets that same government reform that lets you... What's it called? Assimilate cultures? I think the mechanic is called assimilate. But outside of that, how many promoted cultures can you get? Because I'm sure some get like 12 or so slots just by existing. And this, I've already got 8 without even really trying. Like, one of them is a mission reward, whatever. Sucks about the admin, but yeah, let's get them integrated. Tolerance-wise, we're looking pretty good. Centaurs are still oppressed because we haven't even reached them. We don't have any gnolls anywhere in our empire, nor do we have hobgoblins. Or lizards or ogres or orcs. Everyone else is either integrated or coexistence. We're not too far off from the... Oh, we don't get it. I think with the artificers and our military setup, we get this for military doctrines and organization. Normally you'd have a much bigger selection here, one for each different race, and then one the army of Halan, which gives super good modifiers and requires you to have every single race fully integrated and accepted. Can I take this because hierarchy expands? Why have you occupied them, you numpty? Give this to me. What are my subjects doing? Alright, full annex everybody. Cool. Now you, again, no, give all this to me. They will take the provinces, and then they will be redistributed. Occupied by... Because I stopped on the one province that was already occupied by me. Occupied by... There we go. Now then, separate peace with you. For as much as we can, which is a substantial amount. I need my diplomat to come back first. Yeah, lots of people get a little bit of AE from that, but they're all super upset already anyway. This is quite convenient because it tells me that the least angry person at the moment is Tugdir at -110, which means there isn't anyone that I can currently convince to leave the coalition. -110 is a little too much to counteract with improved relations. Maybe I should just upgrade these oneness. Even if they benefit my subjects instead of me, at least it gets the pop-up out of the way. That promises to port. No, I'm not interested. Ah, see here, this one's mine. Local defensiveness, yearly prestige. That's rubbish. What else we got? The Palace of Commerce. Global modifier, merchant +1. Right. Okay, and now we annex these guys. Ah, and one more idea. Regiment cost. National manpower modifier, manpower recovery speed, regiment cost. We kind of need like 2-3 times our army's worth of men to not run out of guys with my particular playstyle, which unfortunately is not really possible. No one over here is upset with me overall, so maybe I should go and change that. Now that I've got so many colonies that are so large and powerful. Oroma is a Moonhaven colony, and declare on them. We'll get the whole coalition involved. All of you gather together. Ooh, where do I put them? Here? That province can hopefully contain that many guys if I at least give them a high maneuver general. Alright, combine a stack. What CB is expiring? Subjugation on Rubyhold. God damn it. I thought that one wouldn't expire because of the -1 month duration. Apparently I was wrong. Oh, we can't exactly declare on them. Okay. It's fine. We've got claims on all of their provinces anyway. And they're only 59% total, so we can just vassalize them anyway once we get there. Still need to go through Laurent and BPEC. BPEC is a free city, which is interesting because I thought you had to be, you know, a city. Nefaler, Ilvander, lost. Okay. So they're only a free city in the sense that that's what their government reform is called. They're not... they're not actually an imperial free city. They're not getting any of the free city mechanics down here. I've never played as a free city in vanilla or in Amberna. I don't actually know what benefits you get. I know you lose it if you grow to more than one province, so it's kind of a useless mechanic for me because there's absolutely no way that I'm staying as an OPM. I don't really see the appeal of a tall game, so to speak. I know that's very popular with a lot of people, you know, stick in just your starting lands or only expand a tiny bit and then dev super hard. And I mean, I kind of get where some of the interest could come from, but overall, no, not really. I don't understand what the appeal of it is. I've tried playing tall in Stellaris with like a one planet empire, and it just kind of immediately gets uninteresting. I'm there for a few moments, improving my planet, and then looking around and being like, okay, so I should only conquer a certain distance outwards, and then I should stop expanding and focus on improving inwards. And I'm looking around at all of these systems and all of the resources in them, and I'm just like, why would I do this? I can get so much more stuff if I just go conquering and expand. They're in the Empire, so Vern will get dragged in and bring in the entire coalition. Vern is no longer a valid rival. Huh? Or this just hasn't updated yet. Let's give it a month tick, see what it says then. Intermediate rival, and oh yeah, Vern is gone. Vern, what happened? Are you in a great power list? Yeah? 1082 development. I'm now 2788, which is pretty good. The command is still an absolutely absurd 4600 dev on their own. My guy gets a little better. I don't need to seize more land because we're getting full benefits. Yeah, look at these guys. Look at them. I'm surprised they're not expanding west, but I imagine their missions are probably focused eastward. Askajuma is a slave state under the command. Thunderfist. Lanjinhui. Oh no. Looking at the wrong list here. That is who they have CBs on. Thunderfist, Bloodsong, Jade March, and Askajuma. You have all the usual subjects. The two that move around, the one in the hills and the Oni, or whatever they're called. Eastern Ogres. Yeah, I think they're called Onis. Who's still alive over here? Jiansang's doing okay for themselves? Guamud is... oh, got completely beat up. And of course Westham holds a bunch of this land up here. If a command is left unchecked, I'm curious where this will go. We're in 1681 now, so we've still got the whole of the 1700s to go, plus 20 years either side of it. 140 years. That's probably enough time for the command to conquer through the steeps here and border Westham. But it's also way too much time. By the time the command finally threatens Westham and then me, I'm gonna be the one looking over here. Depending on how hard I go with it, once we get Imperialism CB and break up the coalition, we should be able to conquer our way across a good chunk of this in 140 years. Of course, I don't necessarily want to do that. I think I do want to bring this campaign to a close. We've experienced the Artificer regiments. The final verdict is interesting, but not necessarily all that cool. I think in terms of power, they were lacking compared to the Harpy 1 Zia that I've also played off stream. Yeah, I don't think they packed the same punch as the Harpies did. You're in the Empire, so I can't attack you anyway. I think Napesbay was the other one my CB just finished with. Okay, you're completely irrelevant to anything. Yeah, they were just... the bonuses are cool, and looking at this list and seeing all that stuff they've got is neat, but they're not that strong, honestly. They're just kind of... they're good, but not exceptional, which is unfortunate. With that said, the only thing left to do, really, is finish off the mission tree, and then call it a day. Both of which, both directions in the mission tree do require us to break up the coalition, though. We need to attack BPEC, which is protected by the coalition. We need Rubyhold, which is either Laurent or BPEC, and then protect the coalition. And we need Corinthfield and Evermus, which are protected by the coalition. This sucks both directions. Evermess, at least we now have a truce with again until we can eat up the rest of them. Assuming I don't miss the end of the truce this time, that should be the last of them. 85%. Torrance Field would require several wars. I can almost threaten war against them. If we can pull that off and get a truce with them, that would be huge. I need to see how much I can swell up my numbers before the truce with BPEC finishes, so I can threaten war against them. They might cave in. Milvandit, Moisture for Silver Moon, Laurent. I don't know if they will take the strength of the coalition into account, or if they'll just look at their direct allies, but I might be able to threaten them into giving me that province, which would be huge. How long is that truce? Not long at all. 83. Okay. I'll try and keep an eye on it. In the meantime, let's look as scary as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1. There comes another 80k stack. Where do I park this one? I've got a couple... Oh no, this is Ancient Forest. I thought this was a... Huh. Local death cost plus 25%. Why is this a 44 death province? Ah. I thought this was another city province. Here we go. Because it was so high death, but no. Force limit here is 78, so that should be enough. You can take a tech. Ah, and there is the Imperialism CB. Colonial range and settler increase in 1681 is completely and utterly worthless. I don't know why they give you that. Oh, quantity ideas. That's 33% national supply limit modifier. That certainly makes a lot of things much easier. Should take a quick peek if my ships can be upgraded as well. This fleet has just kind of been out here for a long time. Yep, then go back to protecting trade and the Dragon Coast. What is our naval force limit now? 200. Really, really little. Again, such a weird experience having not expanded very much at all during this game. I'm so used to so many of these numbers being way different. Nationalism and Imperialism. The highest tier CBs in the game. Too bad we can't take full advantage of them because we're surrounded by the consequences of our own actions. I could, of course, have taken steps to some extent to alleviate this problem. You know, I could have been more proactive with my wars, gotten more of the right co-belligerents in, juggled truce timers. But that kind of goes against the spirit of what this run was supposed to be, which is focus on the artifice and focus on the New World. How very novel, we don't need it. Do I seize land with that bonus? The nobility and the adventurers will rise up. Yeah. Where have they risen up? In the north. Okay. You go to rebel suppression everywhere. I was gonna grab this stack that's still coming together, but no, I'd rather just have them properly assemble. And I'm technically wasting a little time going through all these provinces here. But I don't want to end up missing a stack and then having them cause problems when I don't find them. I'll just go around and click everything everywhere. There we go. Maybe I should actually keep one stack on a permanent rebel suppression mission. That way I don't have to worry about it while I'm at war. I've got enough manpower, certainly, to set a stack aside dedicated purely to rebels. In fact, 80k is maybe a bit of overkill for just a rebel suppression stack. I can probably actually go ahead and state this down here, because I'm not going to be attacking Bern to take away these provinces down here and form whatever colonial nation goes there. I'm going to great lengths to try and avoid having to attack Vern. 82, when is this truce up? Oh wait, no, this truce is up. Ages ago. No. And they're all more or less the same level. BPEC is who I'm waiting on. That truce ends 783. Now 882. Under a year. Need to keep a careful eye on that. These are up to 5 out of the 8. What is happening up here? All these stacks are technically harmless. They're 1k stacks, they've got no ability to do anything. But there's so many of them, and all it takes is 1k to occupy a province. You know what, that would be something I'd be interested in seeing introduced in EU5. I know there's been all this talk of like stuff that will be more realistic, but I'm really not interested in. But the trade power and all trade companies have 30% value. But that would be a spot of realism that I would be curious about, is making a minimum amount of troops necessary to siege any given province. Crusader Kings 3 has that, where almost every province is essentially a fort, and you need a certain amount of men to siege it down, but also sieges work differently there. Instead of the percentage tick that goes up over time, it's like a similar system, but there is an absolute upper limit for how long a siege can go before you just take the fort no matter what your rolls are. Which I think is also a good way of doing it. It's always a little bit annoying, even if it's not necessarily any more or less likely. Reset my model. Even if it's not necessarily any more or less likely to actually give you or not give you the siege, it just feels more annoying seeing that percentage fail for the 5th time in a row. You know, it's the same as like what's the game called? XCOM. Apparently in XCOM, the odds are weighted in your favor. You're more likely to win the rolls than it actually tells you. If it says you've got a 50% chance, your actual chance is better than 50%. Ah, not enough. That's a shame. We can't just declare on them because they're in the Empire. Yeah, if it tells you you've got 50% odds, it's not actually a coin flip. You have better than 50% odds of getting it. And yet people complain endlessly about the odds in that game, as if it were completely rigged against them. And it's because losing a coin flip that claims it is weighted in your favor just feels that much worse. Even if it's not actually. So likewise with the sieges, it just kind of sucks, the feeling of it when you lose a roll. And you think to yourself, oh, I should have gotten that by now, right? Like, it's the 5th time we're rolling the 88%. if you actually looked at the statistics, like if you measured, if you took notes on every siege you did, you'd find that the odds are actually pretty good, and that it does kind of work the way it claims and works in a fair way that's actually useful and good for the game. But a big part of game design is also player experience. It doesn't matter how technically functional something is, it has to be enjoyable. Or not necessarily enjoyable. We did have this discussion the other day on Almantas' stream on whether games have to be fun or not, and of course they don't necessarily have to be fun, but they do generally want to be good, and to be good you have to provide a worthwhile experience. If the experience you're providing is not fun, then I have to ask what it is you're providing. And in a grand strategy game that can be challenge or whatever, but challenge is also a type of fun, especially when you overcome it. If your strategy game is not fun, it's probably just not good. Anyway, 25 maximum absolutism is no use. 1 administrative free policy is nice, but not exactly world-changing. Re-election cost is irrelevant. Expanded administration cost minus 100%. Random calendar bonus +1. That is super meh. This also enables Parliament, which I know is a really good mechanic and very, very strong, but man, do I find it irritating to manage. Having to assign all of the seats and all that nonsense, and then having to go through the elections and bribing half of the Parliament to vote for you so you can get your bonus, and the bonus is usually not that impactful, except for the times where it is, when it's super impactful. I'm gonna get it anyway. This is just good. Alright, Parliament seats. I don't know, everywhere. Ports, sure. Farmlands. Being a Parliament seat gives you some kind of bonus, doesn't it? Production efficiency, tax modifier, manpower modifier, sailors modifier. Yeah, so our capital province and all this high def land around here. These can all be Parliament seats. How many do I need to give out? 22 seats, and we have given out 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. When I'm playing as the dwarves, I always try to give out the Parliament seats to all of the holds, but because you get such ridiculous quantities of development, you keep getting more and more Parliament seats, and so you end up having to assign just random Dwarf Road provinces a seat in Parliament, which always feels really weird. Oh sure, let's give one to Cave. Where is it? This was the one with the monuments. How many was that? 21. That's all we need. One more farmland or whatever. No? Sure, this port here. Alright, now debate in Parliament. Let's start a debate. Advisor cost. Gain loyalty. Death cost. Culture conversion. Inquisitor. Merchant. Colonial governor. Noble tariffs for 10 years. That might be pretty good, actually. Trade efficiency. Gain 1 stability. Manpower recovery speed. 1 for war exhaustion. Give me the stability, yeah. Okay, and now to click all of the ones of these that aren't bad. You never want to give away Crown Land. Impressment is always a worthwhile click because sailors are... Who cares about sailors? Sure, some manpower, free mill power, whatever. autonomy, some army tradition, some willpower. Don't want to give out inflation. Republic tradition, there we go. This is a bit of a system that bothers me. There's obviously like correct options to pick, but are just way less valuable than the other ones, and you're way easier to give away without consequence. But you have to scroll through and read each one and check what it is you're giving away before you click the button. It's just kind of tedious for no good reason. If there were at least an option to sort by different type of thing they want to give, or if there was one big button you could press that says, hey, this amount of money to remove all of them. All of these are done. Well, hang on. We're missing this one, aren't we? I assume this event is empty because it's like, hey, you have nothing left to research. But that's not true. We're missing one religious invention, one special invention, and one remedial tinctures. Recover army morale speed and adventurer's loyalty equilibrium. Oh, I guess maybe I need some adventurer reform for that to even be available. Okay, well, this is awkward, but the event should close after a few months, right? They tend to... well, no, events trigger by default after a couple months, right? I don't know if it will auto-close with no option to click, actually. Never seen a scenario like this. If it doesn't... we might have to reload, or just leave this here forever. We just have a choice of investment sitting there. The command has claimed themselves the economic hegemon. Ah, I've been able to do that for quite a while now, but the fact that they've actually done it is interesting. I can't imagine the AI would hold back, so Callisto Boo has not been making that much money. The command is making, I mean, between 1,000 and 1,300 income, there's not that much difference, which means the command is making about as much money as I am. That is a scary thought. Army equal to or larger than 1,000k. You're... okay, you're still at less than half. I'm definitely gonna beat you to that. You're at half. Ledger. Military, armies, total. Yeah, 640. The 500 for Classivi, Vendor Command. And then a fairly distant fourth. Nurse Sister. Really? Okay, yeah, I guess fair enough. You're pretty big over there. Then... Angaula? Ah, my ally, right, that's why I picked them. The Triarchy. Ah, you guys that I still haven't dealt with over here. I guess they're gonna get away unscathed. I kept talking about how I need to attack and deal with them at some point, but it just never manifested. And at this point, I'm just happy to let them be over there, because they're not in the coalition. Contain Hegemon CB. The war goal is to take the capital province of the command, and it's 75% AE and cost for all provinces. Ah, same as imperialism. We're not going to do it, but that's interesting. City demands seat in parliament. They get a seat or they lose one. Sure. Saves me having to assign another one once we grow big enough. Ah, and the event did pop away. That's interesting to know. I wonder what impact that has in the code, like what the actual condition is under which it closes. Because if it's not after X amount of time, pick the top option, then it's after X amount of time, trigger the closing of the thing. which picks the top option. I'm curious what that looks like in the code and why it was done that way. Okay. Force limit 71. Devastation or some money. You have some money. We can upgrade some more things. Go. Oh, is this no longer available? Ah, because I removed one of the kobold cultures to make space for the Laurentish, I think. Okay. Take another idea. This gives us reinforced cost. Then there's land maintenance modifier. There's land attrition, which is very, very good. And then 33% force limit. Our force limit already benefits from the Grand Army plus 15%. So what will another plus 33 give us? Oh, I'm not willing to do the maths to take 671 back down to minus the 15% and then up to plus 40%. It will be more. It will not be, I think, be enough on its own to get us over the 1 million mark. But this only requires us to have an army equal or larger to 1 million. Is a great power. All other great powers have an army smaller. Do not have a modifier lost hegemony, and again we get all of these things. Yeah, so we don't actually need to get a force limit all the way up there. We can just go over force limit. We can certainly afford it. In that case, maybe I want to build some conscription centers. I don't like taking up the last slot with a building that's really not that valuable, but we've built everything else worth building everywhere else worth building it. Yeah. Yeah, everything else is used up. There's nothing we're keeping it open for, so hey, give me as much land force limit as we can possibly get. Not that much anyway. We need to conquer more land. Advanced foundry infrastructure. Labyrinthian hold. Hold infrastructure, foundry. This I do remember from the dwarves. Still doesn't explain the ruby hold thing, the wonder ornatorium. This is a wonder, and once built cannot be replicated, is built via advanced infrastructure. I'll finish the last of my drink. What does it actually give? Trade efficiency, trade power, goods produced, prestige, trade value. Not that great, to be honest. Not. Current goblin tolerance level oppressed. Really? Goblins are oppressed in? Sentinel. Oh, goblin oppressed. We've been getting someone is purging will you let the refugees in events for a long time. If it's not goblin who are oppressed, and it's not orcs who are also oppressed, who the hell have we been getting? We've been getting purged, if not those guys near here. There's some harpies all the way down here, and besides these couple provinces, it looks like they've been left well enough alone. Wood elves in here. Wolves. Dwarves, someone's been purging orcs or elves over here, I'm not sure which, or culture converting, they might be. Halflings? I've got no idea. Ruinborn, maybe. Maybe we don't hold that land down in the colonies directly, so maybe our colonies have been purging Ruinborn and we've accepted them? We've got trolls integrated and they're somewhere up here. That might be who it is then. Yeah, trolls, kobolds are all in our land to begin with. Haramari, we've got coexistence Haramari, maybe them. Halflings, half orcs, we also have coexistence, that might be it. Okay, that's still surprising, but I can see now how it would have happened. Alright, how are we doing? Health capacity wise, excellently now that we've built the next tier up of courthouses, town halls in all of the provinces. And this is goblins again. Okay, this will gradually take up as the more buildings get finished. Also upgrade that. We are almost done coring all of this stuff. It has taken ages. Oh, the Lauren Truce is up. I was completely not prepared for this. My co-belligerent Ruby Hold, yes, no one will come in. Anvin cost? Nope, that brings in the Emperor. Ruby Hold, BPEC, we need one of their provinces. Anvin cost, Imperialism CB. And now draw our armies back. Because I wasn't prepared for this, and they're all drilling. You guys come forward. You're in the wrong place. You're supposed to be protecting trade in the Ruined Sea. I must have assigned them incorrectly on accident. Okay. It'll be a little bit awkward. I think in my haste, I made a mistake there. I should have gone Imperialism on Rubyhold so that I can separate piece Laurent, get direct access, and then take the stuff from them. What I will have to do, I think, is take the province I need from BPEC and then I can't get down here. Wait, I can take this. How do I have... There's no way I can core this, though, because of the other province in a way. Weird. If I negotiate with you directly, this is only 10%, and Rubyhold is worth 74. Okay, so I can take Rubyhold through their provinces. Not a problem. Let's wait 2 month ticks, perhaps. Pull in these guys because they're not going to demand any provinces. They're all the way down here. Busala is over here. They're not going to want any Laurentish land, I imagine. Yeah. We can trust them not to screw us over the way Wineport did when we had them in a war before. Not double stack 80k units that are already way too big. We've got all the manpower in the world first. We might as well use it. Okay, that's everyone more or less max morale. You go there, you go here. Right, let's just completely rush down BPEC all in one go. Okay, can't get around there. Okay, so this stack and this stack. Laurent only has 90,000 troops total, so 2 of our armies is all it takes. Prince of Planetrate, good. Siege Rat. Get in here, get me army tradition. Can you get around there? No. Okay. I have to march all the way over that way. You stay here and make sure that this is all blocked off. Uh, what is this? Oh, BPEC has hired XWX's army. What good do you think this 7k stack is going to do you? That seems like a little bit of a waste of money. Not that XWX has to worry about it, because their only neighbors are me and BPEC. Though I doubt the AI is smart enough to realize it. Almost done coring everything. These cores are still from the last war with Laurent. So it's taken... That was like a full 10-year truce, wasn't it? So it's taken more than 10 years to get through coring all of the land we took. Yeah, spare no expense. I'm going to need the admin. I want to get this 92 dev Ruby Hold province. Can I separate piece Ruby Hold as a vassal? Hierarchy vassal, 73%. Yes, I can. And people aren't even that upset about it. Minus 16 at most. Oh, hang on, this reads 83, between 0 and 83 AE. But the worst I'm seeing on there is minus 16 at the top. I'm missing something. Minus 40, minus 60, minus 10, 12. I guess Ruby Hold themselves will get a whole bunch of AE with me. But that won't matter because they're my vassal and they won't be rebellious. Simply because there's no way they can possibly afford to. Alright. What is our siege modifier actually looking like at this point? Now control the province, good. What kind of bonuses are we getting? Where do I check that? Hierarchy siege ability, 53%. Enough to completely overcome the both lucky bonus and their defensive benefits. That is excellent. Okay, you finished up here, come... Okay, just come stand over here. I should keep one army around in front. Actually, I can go in here now, can't I? Yeah. I'm gonna say I should keep one army around in front of here to make sure that no one escapes. 50 admin or 50 mil, I'll spend the mil. We can get the last province cord over here. Alright, all in all, this is a very easy, straightforward war. But then that was pretty much to be expected. We were declaring on someone with like a sixth of our troops in total. Oh, they have clumped up enough guys to actually put up a fight over here. How do our armies compare? 5.9 to 5.5. Same amount of tactics. I've got a whole bunch more discipline. I should also have just stronger troops overall. I don't know what bonuses they're getting, but my artificers have 45% combat ability, for land fire damage received, shock damage received. They should just overall be better. And I think besides that first really bad roll we got, and of course we have the terrain penalty, we are overall winning. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have brought the other army, and maybe I should have just let that battle go so I can see how it goes. See how we compare against them. Okay, you go do that siege down there. Not gonna spend admin right now. Go for regimental towns, sure. Okay, you're almost full occupied, and I only really want one province from you, which is that one. No, wait, I do get claims down here as well. Okay. Do I need that for anything? Where's the mission for Ruby Hold? Protect Ruby Hold. All province in the west and east Ruby Mountain area. East Ruby Mountain. Oh, curse you, BPEC. Curse you. We're going to be one short. We had 83%. This province costs 14. That is... 53? Plus 14 is 97. What? Why can't I take this? Oh, it costs 14 base, obviously, and they're not co-belligerent, so it's doubled, so it's actually 28, and that's too much. Okay, well, we'll be back again, BPEC. I hope you enjoy the next war. There is no escape. Alright, bring you off over here. You can eat around the western coast. Liberate the Imperial. Center of trade level in BPEC increased by 1. And then finally we get 20 years of goods produced modifier. Maybe I should have prioritized these provinces and gotten myself that artillery combat bonus. I didn't realize this would be a temporary bonus, and even if it were permanent, 10% goods produced is not exactly anything to write home about. Okay. I'm not gonna spend the mill to blast through the forts. I was tempted for a moment just to speed things along, but it's not like we're actually in any sort of core this because Rubyhold has a core and because we can't afford this one. Now control the province. Okay, Lauren, do you even have any troops left? Apparently there's... ah yeah, here they are. 100,000 Laurentish sitting around somewhere. We can take a tech for mill, or... no, let's finish the idea group. This gives me land maintenance modifier. What I want is that force limit modifier. We probably have enough money coming in that we could just go over force limit and reach 1,000,000 men. But I don't know if we have the artificer capacity for that. We can currently field another 180, and we put 40 per stack. Oh yeah, we have more than enough. Damn, what am I holding back for? I really need to remind myself that it is in fact almost 1700. We are way deep towards the end of the game. It doesn't feel like it for me because I'm so used to having blobbed massively and being way bigger at this stage when we've got this level of power. So only being this small is really throwing me off and making me forget quite how strong we are. Okay, that brings us up to 800. So another 3-4 stacks. And then we'll finally be military hegemon. Now why did I want to be military hegemon? I don't actually remember. I think I saw that I could, and then decided that I should. It's just a case of, we can get bonuses, and then my mind went, do it. What does it have to do with our campaign goal of finishing the Gnomish Hierarchy missions? Absolutely nothing. Just do it. We're gonna have Lauren full occupied before we make it through those dwarven forts. There we go, there goes one. There goes the other. Okay, Rubyhold, are you willing to become a vassal? No, why not? We got 95% war score, just give in. I will kill the rest of your army if you make me. Dismeister bastard, you got your money. A Roman noble in realm known for their impotence has recently had a child. However, they now realize they prefer their existing bastard child, a half-elf, who has now started to show great competence. Roll, legitimize them as... The nobility will be upset, the nobility will be upset. We lose tolerance of half-elves. But not enough to release to lower our tolerance level from coexistence, so... My condolences to that kid. Right, there goes them. And them. Oh yeah, Anbenkost is in this war as well, aren't they? I'd completely forgotten about them. Where is Anbenkost? Is this little OPM over here? Completely irrelevant. Okay. They become our vassal. Let's take Max money so that they can go into debt and we can get good relations with them by paying it off. No, they don't have any loan. Okay. They get rulers. And then as soon as our diplomat is back, what do I want to take? We want this so that we're actually connected to our subject and we have access to them. And then... I mean, we don't really need anything out of Laurent, but I guess let's take a bunch of their coastline. Oh god, you've got to love max absolutism, imperialism, CB. You own some rubbish down here, do you? I don't really want that, or that. This is all mine. I own land over here, do I? No, Busela does. Okay, how upset? Very. And 900 admin. Let's... You have no troops left, right? You've got 2,000 somewhere. Let's pull our troops back and just sit on this war for a little while. I don't think I want to go... Oh wait, there's not even 200% overextension, never mind. Thought it was going to be some serious amount, but that, we can weather that, no problem. Okay, here we don't take attrition, here, here, where else can I park? Up here. You're already coming back. Okay, good. Who's disloyal? Rubyhold. Placate them some more. Placate. You'd think with the sheer amount of troops I have, I wouldn't have disloyalty issues, but I guess if you combine them all together, there's a lot of guys over here. I can see why they think they could pick a fight with me. Yeah, 2.5 million total manpower available to my side of the alliance. And considering that I'm not even a full million yet, my subjects do all combined together have a lot more manpower than I do. Theoretically speaking, if they were all to rise up against me, it would be in their favor. In theory. Expand where you're suppressing rebels. Go. I hope that there's a more convenient way to suppress rebels in overseas areas in EU5. I feel like that's something that's always been a little irritating. Yeah, separatist sentiment. Let's start coring what we can, which is not very much. 156 admin. For some random province over here, 31 dev. Alright, can't core any more of that. Cold market is in the coalition. Yeah, the coalition's gonna grow even further. How much further? Voria, Busela, Voramach. No, that's kind of it. A couple people down here are a bit upset with me. Yeah, not that bad actually. I wonder if becoming military hegemon will weigh into the allies' willingness to be in a coalition. Because they'll leave a coalition if they feel like it's not powerful enough and being a member just makes them a target. It will just get them dragged into a war they can't actually win. I don't know quite how many troops I would need to convince a coalition this big that there's no chance they can win against me. And what was my fortress now? Oh yeah, military hegemon. Obviously, being hegemon requires a lot of troops, and it gives you military-related bonuses. Oh wait, that was wrong. This is the rebel suppression stack. I didn't think about that. And it gives you bonuses, which will make your military stronger, but I'm wondering if it just, on its own, is a modifier that the AI takes into account for willingness to join coalitions. Because this is a fairly major system, you know, how it impacts your ability to have allies, and how you get the contain hegemon CB against you and stuff like that. But ally split is actually kind of important, because I do believe one of the big reasons why the coalition won't ever attack me is because they're afraid of the combined power of myself and my allies. I'm at 6 out of 5 relation slots, and with Fusla, Ilya, Verkal Cosent, and Triangular, and Old Gulliver, we have a bunch of the biggest armies in the game on our side. Especially if Fangula has gotten way bigger over the last couple decades. And they're allied with Eberthil, which means Eberthil will be less likely to want to join in an attack. It's hard to say. I can always just save beforehand and then see whether we get immediately declared on or collapse the entire coalition. 2 stacks are taking attrition. You over here, build a supply depot. Give me that 50 admin, yes. You did. Oh, but you need a hell of a lot more than 50. Or if you have enough admin to do the coring, it will tell you for X amount of provinces for this much admin. I wish it would just tell me how much it's going to cost in total, even if I don't have it. You look to me. Compensate for traders. What is my mercantilism at this point? 28%. Not super high. I don't think I've ever seen mercantilism actually get capped out. Just kind of one of those modifiers that exists, it's there in the background, it goes up sometimes, goes down sometimes. But overall has very little impact. Provincial trade power modifier, embargo efficiency, mechanist philosophy influence, merchant guilds loyalty. Yeah, I mean, plus 56 trade power modifier is good. Definitely. Not that good. I think it's Flurryworry who's talked at length about the fact that mercantilism is just not worth it as a modifier. It might be if it costs anything else. What are you doing? The Northern League. Huh. Ballard tells us of a declaration of the Northern League. And if a little speech was too important, enacts League of Magnets Tier 1 government reform. Gives them a name change, 5-year term duration, enables a few factions, plutocratic ideas, is able to regulate estates, enables magnet ability. Death cost reduction efficiency, absolutism, random candidate bonus, gov capacity. That's 350 gov capacity. I need to have a look what Garwood's mission tree looks like, and if it's very conquest heavy. Because getting gov capacity does seem to imply that they'll get bonuses there. You don't need that kind of capacity if you're not out conquering a bunch. Come on. Just settle down, people. I don't have infinite prestige, you know. Okay, is that the last one? Start gathering you guys up. All of you. I think there's a whole bunch more that still need to be spawned over here. I also think I'm officially out of provinces capable of holding an 80k stack. Don't think I have anywhere else to park these guys. Still missing 2. Okay, no. Up here where the supply depots have been built is still enough. Venal separatists. Okay, I'll grab one of the new stacks and get them on a boat in a moment. Just as soon as the last guys have been recruited. We can do this again. I'm curious whether it will give us a invention this time, because there's definitely still like 2 left to research. Nope, empty. I need to report that as a bug. Normalized separation of powers gives us yearly prestige parliament debate package. Not gonna faff around with my advisors for that kind of bonus. Okay, you're at 79. There's 1 cavalry missing. This one? Yeah. Actually, you come over here, you come over here. Here's the rest of you. Is that 10 guys? I don't think it is. No, we're still too short. Shouldn't say too short when you're playing gnomes. Right, you. Over onto this island. Go deal with them. We've caught a few places. We've got barely any unrest, considering that we've got 10 from our overextension. Public condition being just, having theory of gnomius stasis, stability, and from harmonization. How's this going, by the way? Will be done in 1707. Good. We can make a stay, but we'll wait with that until we've actually cored everything. I want to prioritize spending the admin points on the coring rather than letting any of it go and be spent on full coring. Getting rid of overextension is more important. We do still have some separatists uprising. Have I already caught this? And if I haven't, should I even? I feel like I want to give this 2 ruby holds, since it is part of the East Ruby Mountains, which includes their capital. But I think with this province in the way, I can't actually give it to them, can I? Ruby hold. Grant province. I want to give you... What is this called? Private tour. I can! Huh. Cancel core? It might have cancelled it automatically, but I don't want to take chances. Roy Vid Tour, that is the correct province. There you go. Excellent. Also helps with their loyalty a little bit. Not that a 5-province nation with 30,000 troops should be disloyal against me. But what can you do? Alright, that's them. And let's bring you here. You can be drilling. Or not, you don't have a general. Now you can be drilling. More separatists. Where this time? Oh, I think those were my subject lands. Yeah. Our rebels don't look too likely to pop. We can take the Miltech now? No, we want to take the idea. You go and drill. More cores are finished. Let's drill you guys. Oh. What did we have in here before? Have I got inflation? I do have inflation quite a lot actually. I can't upgrade you. Give me an inflation reduction guy that I can actually improve. And finally, land attrition minus 25% and force limit plus 33. Let's check real quick if I want to switch any policies out. I currently have trade efficiency 15. I can get war exhaustion, just reduce modifier, trade efficiency 10. No. And I have reinforced speed 15, recover army morale 15. Fly network, land force limit modifier 10. Trade efficiency, movement speed. Yeah, give me land force limit modifier. And remove reinforced speed. Now, how many? There we go, 1,098. We just need to actually get them. Inflation reduction, nope. I really miss sometimes the ability that certain mods give you, certain conversion mods include the Aegis and Splendor like bonuses and modifiers, and give you the ability to, what's it called, spend Splendor once you've bought all of your things on hiring specific advisors so that you don't have to faff around with re-rolling for them. Because early in the game it just kind of screws you over sometimes, and late in the game, I've got all the money in the world, I'm going to get the advisor I want. It's just a question of how many times you're going to make me click. Speaking of clicking, click all of those. We've got universities everywhere. A couple of these. I don't know why I'm bothering at this point, it's not like I need the extra money. But it just kind of feels wrong to stop paying any attention to how we're actually playing the game, even if we are strong enough to do it. Okay. It doesn't really matter anymore whether I field artificer regiments, does it? We have so many troops, we're just gonna win anything we do anyway. Let me just put them in template builder so that I don't have to click and gather everything up every time. Cool. There's the armies. We're about to become military hegemon. Which was not the point. This was becoming military hegemon was never on the list of goals. The goal was finish the mission tree, which means we need like one more province down here and a few provinces in here. But I've just gotten distracted by all sorts of nonsense along the way. Army has stopped drilling. The general's dead. Get a new general. Keep drilling. Yeah, these guys are all fairly upset with me still. I think under normal circumstances, having enough troops to become military hegemon would collapse most coalitions, but this is Anbanar, so there are like 300,000, 200,000 troop nations around here, so they do have enough men. If I were to declare on a coalition, it would be my 2.8 million against their 6.2 million. So they're not willing to declare on me because my army is scary, but I'm not willing to declare on them either because there are twice as many of them as there are of me. It does look like we can persuade a few people to leave the coalition. Enough time has apparently passed for it to tick down a little. I'll have to see if... Oh, battle lost? What? Oh dear, was one of my drilling armies sitting here? No, some people are marching through there on the way to this. Ah, whatever, we can lose a couple guys here and there. I don't particularly care. Claim military hegemon. Let me save the game real quick, because I don't know. I'm pretty sure military or any hegemon stops you getting allies, right? Does the command have any allies? The command does have an ally. Okay, so it doesn't stop you outright. I think it just makes it harder or something. Always get the following benefits: monthly war extortion, 10% province war score cost, which is the big one for world conquest, 1 free mill power, which is nice. Over time, as power grows, you get national unrest -3, which is decent for conquest. Land attrition, which is great for when you've got 1,000,000 men running around. Movement speed, which is also pretty useful. And at maximum, get 20% siege ability, which is great for world conquests. Being able to go through sieges quickly, oh, it's a massive, massive bonus. We've lost the contain hegemon command against the CB against the command, because we are now also a hegemon. This increases by 0.5 each month, 100%, so 200 months, so like 15-ish years. I'm not going to do the exact calculation on that. Seize land. No, we're getting maximum bonuses. Okay. Busseler has broken their alliance with us. Hegemon -50. Normally we get a little pop-up saying, hey, this nation is about to break their alliance, but this time they just went for it. I was hoping we could have persuaded them otherwise. Oh well. What are you all doing? You're building town hall. Okay, that shouldn't take long. Town halls only take like a year or something to build. You get a general and go stand somewhere here. You, general, stand. Why is this all green? None of these are high enough force limit. Still all green. And that's not even in my country. There we go. BPEC is big enough. Vormar just joined the coalition against us. I really kind of expected some people to leave when I ballooned up to this kind of size. But instead we've lost an ally and people are joining. Okay. And one more general. I think that's all of our generals in use now. Our ally wants us to join a war. Sure, we can do that for you. Okay, so we're massively overpowered. It's 1690. We really ought to be looking at the end game now. And do I still want to finish this mission tree? I need all of the provinces from in Corinthfield. I need all the provinces of Emrys. And that's it. That gives me the colonial branch finished. Global trade power modified plus 20%. Nice. I need one province from BPEC. We get artillery combat bonus, and then we're done with this, and we get ship durability and heavy ship combat power. BPEC has a truce with us, and is also currently being invaded by West Ham, who are in the coalition, which means if they take this province, Oh, Wineport has occupied it. Means they won't be able to take this province. I'm debating whether it's honestly worth it to continue the run at this point, just to finish those couple of missions. Because really, if I declare on the coalition, it's just going to be, like, I'll wait until my manpower is full, and then it's just going to be 10-15 in-game years of grinding through their troops until we can piece people out and take one province over here and a handful of provinces over in the New World. Lose the dip. My colonies will be more than capable of occupying all of this. Like, these guys are surrounded by nations that have hundreds of thousands of troops. And I should be capable of holding off the mess over here. I think at this point it might be worth it to call the run done. Overall, I find that quite enjoyable. Playing as the gnomes and having access to... good for you, Guard. Playing as the gnomes and having access to the artificer stuff right from the get-go was quite interesting. I think a lot of the artificer inventions are useful, and I think they've done a good job in the balancing here, in that there is actually some choice to be made in which ones you want active. I imagine if you paid more attention to it than I really did during this run, you could put some real effort into turning off and on different inventions as you needed them. I kind of started off the game with the economic ones and a few like improved relations one, wherever that one was. And then later on just shifted fully into military, ignored everything else. I think if you paid more attention to it, you could get a lot more use out of it. I think overall this system is very cool. I wish we could get more than 7 active inventions. I know there is the adventure or the artificer privilege that gives you, I think, +2 somewhere in here. What was it? Not this one. The Anti-Witch King one. Gov capacity. No. Death cost. Artificer force limit. That's not it either. Here it is. Increase our artificer privilege capacity by 2, but we lose the ability to use expert innovation. +2 is pretty good when 7 is your upper limit, up to 9, but expert innovations is these tier 3 ones. I've only got 2 of them active, but they are plus 15% artillery combat ability, and whatever this gives to the artificers. These are pretty strong ones. I think it's a shame to lose them. You get more capacity over time through owning, what was it, Dame's tier and relics, right? Yeah, increases from 1650 onwards globally, researching inventions before 1650, and trade in precursor relics and Dame's tier. If you don't play the colonial game, I think you're probably going to be screwed a little bit here as far as capacity is concerned. Because I kind of own the New World, and I still only just have enough capacity for all of my things. So that's pretty severe, that's quite a harsh limit. I believe there might be a few more you can get over here, especially with the Karashi drills in the temples. But still, it's not a lot. You're, I don't know, playing somewhere down in, what's it called, Sahel? Salahad? Yeah, Sahel. The Salahad in the Sahel. Probably just kind of stuffed as far as Artifice is concerned. You probably want to go for mages instead of artificers if you're going down here. Besides that, the early game for the gnomes I'd heard was fairly hard, but once you make an ally against Gaud and Laurent and then just quickly eat the kobolds, you're pretty secure over here. Like, you've got mountain forts, no one here wants to be taking huge chunks of land because the Empire is right there. I don't think the opening was that difficult, and then you just need to focus on getting over to the new world quickly enough, which I think we didn't have any difficulty with. I might have tried to vassalize a couple more colonizing nations early. We only ended up getting Vinal, and I think I could have had Everfill as well, and whoever was here before that, Everfill 8, Eka, I think. Yeah, I could have had them as well, and that would have improved things a little bit for me. And besides that, not too much else to say. I think it wasn't the most interesting run. The missions are fairly straightforward. You've got your two paths of conquer this bit and acquire Northern Elantir. Compared to some of the mission trees I've gone through, like a lot of the ones over in Bulwa, I don't think it was as good. But then Bulwa has been my favorite region for a long time. I don't think anywhere else, even like Azka and the, what is it called? The Sunrise Empire wasn't quite as interesting as the stuff going on in Bulwa. I don't think I'll be replaying the gnomes, but I did enjoy playing them the first time round. My next run in Ambernar will probably be a mage-focused one though, because as cool as the Artificer inventions are, I think the story feeling, the enjoyment of having your mage ruler and leveling them up and getting like the reputation system and all that is just a little bit cooler. I think between mages and artificers I enjoy mages more, though artificers are probably stronger because you don't get that many spells and they're a little expensive, whereas this is just, hey, you've got capacity, pay once and here is a permanent bonus to your economy, your artificer regiments, your whatever. I think this could be rebalanced a little, that the artificers themselves, maybe I just didn't use them correctly, because they didn't feel as strong as, say, and this might not be a fair comparison, because Onesia Harpies is like one of the strongest, if not the strongest combination in the game, but it just didn't feel as strong. I think I would prefer it if they were a little stronger, and as a trade-off, you could get less of them, because right now I have way too much capacity for a special unit. I think regular vanilla special units don't ever get quite this high, like banners or whatever, you don't get this many of them. And I prefer them to be less numerous but stronger for it. I think that's everything, yeah? You don't get any special reforms, I think, as the gnomes or as the hierarchy. Yeah, this is all pretty normal. Yeah, besides your base one, which is Technocracy, and that's a bit of infantry fire for artificers, and of course elections. Bit of admin efficiency loss, not the worst thing. Advisor cost is kind of irrelevant. Artificer force limit faction, nice. Yeah, not super impactful. Overall, a solid, like, 7 out of 10 run. Nothing spectacular to write home about, but overall enjoyable. And I did like seeing some more of Ambernar itself. As in, not the mod, but the Empire and the region, because I rarely play over here. I've played a little bit in Escan, and I've played lots in Bulwa, so I've kind of brushed up against the south of it, but I've not played much in the Empire itself. And I think there are a few nations I saw over a run where I do want to play in the Empire and see what they've got going on. I think I probably could have been a lot more aggressive early on in this run and expanded more on the mainland, because I've spent a lot of time waiting out coalitions throughout this, and if I'd just been aggressive earlier, there would have been more years to spread the AE out over. But, you know, everything easier in hindsight. For now, I think that has been enough for the stream. Let's have a look for somebody to raid. Who's playing EU4 and are there any viewers? Looks like there is one over here. Not someone I've ever heard of before. And if they're a VTuber and I think they're also playing Amber now, well that's ideal for us, isn't it? Yep. Okay, I will send you over to Kenja Taimu. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. I certainly have. I'm looking forward to the next one. I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow. I think I need to let my voice rest, and also I've got a few things to do for the YouTube channel. But I will be back on Friday, either with Book of Hours or something new. I don't know yet. Either way, I hope you look forward to it, and I will see you then.